Tip 1 is to create a quick access toolbar. So a toolbar is basically a little area up here that you can customize for those PowerPoint actions that you use all the time. I'll give you an example. I like to center text with the click of a button, but instead of going to my Home tab and over to my Arrange and down to my Align and click Align Center, I can customize so that I have it up here on my toolbar. So if you go down and you right click, you can add it to your quick access toolbar. So then, say for example, this is over here. If my text is over there, if I click on that button, it'll automatically center it. So you can customize by right clicking and adding to your quick access toolbar. This is a lifesaver and a time saver. All right, tip 2 is to replace fonts in your file. So right here I have a KG primary dots font shown, and say for example you have an entire file that has all of this KG primary dots, but you want to change all of the font to maybe more of a guided font. So I'll show you what I mean. What you'll do is you go to your Home tab and then over here to the Replace button and click on Replace Fonts. Then you're going to select the font that you want to change. So you want to replace KG primary dots right there with, and then you can select any other font. I'm just going to choose Z Writing Strips Guided. Okay, and then any font that is a KG primary dots will be replaced with this font. Once you click replace, it changes automatically. Tip 2 in the books. All right, tip 3 is actually a tip from Miss Jen Jones. She's somebody who put this on her Instagram story and shared this out. So it's basically the concept of taking out or basically deleting this white background. So it's super simple. You just double click on the image and the Format tab will pop up. You'll select the color drop down over here, go to Set Transparent Color, and then select the white background, and bam, you got an image without a white background. All right, that's tip 3. All right, tip 4 is to create a signature. You know those pesky things that you have to put on like PDFs or on files or signing something digitally. So I'm going to show you the easiest way to do it. So basically you type out your name and then you just select the font that you want. I personally love AG How Do You Survive? So then what I'm going to do is center this and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And then all you do is you right click on it and you go to Save as Picture. And then I made a little mock-up one here. So I'm going to save it as a signature. I'm going to title it that and click Save. I'm going to replace the one that I had done. And then I'm going to show you how awesome it is as a PNG. So then you can just drag it onto your document and it saves it as a PNG with a clear background. You can blow it up, put it on a document, do whatever you want. There's tip 4. Okay, this next one is for all of you Cricut and Silhouette users. So I like to design my designs in PowerPoint, save them as a PNG. So let's see, save as picture PNG onto my desktop. I'm just going to do logo. And then instead of designing in Design Space like this, because it does the spaces like this, I just upload this PNG to Design Space and take out the white background instead of having to tinker with connecting every single letter, etc. So there is tip 5. All right, tip 6 is really just learning the shortcuts on your computer. So I'm on a PC. So if I hold down Shift, so I'm holding down Shift and I pull down these letters, I can only go up and down or left and right. Like it's not going to let me go at an angle. It's only going to let me go up and down and left and right. Now, when you add Control to that, so Control Shift and you bring it down, it duplicates it all while holding it in that same line, But if I hope that makes sense. So if I let go, so there's a duplicate copy. Now I'm going to do Control Z to erase that. Now say, for example, I actually wanted to copy this. All I would do is just hold down Control without the Shift, and then I can drag this anywhere I want. So that is true too for pictures or clip art. So you can get super fancy and create as many duplicates as you want. So that's tip 6. All right, the next tip, tip 7, is for changing out clip art. So I'm going to show you 2 things. So say, for example, I have one colored version, but then I want to make a black and white version. All you do is you right-click, go to Change Picture from a file, and then go into the folder that your clip art is in and double-click on the black and white clip art. It will automatically replace that clip art. So the same is true if you wanted to copy. So like say I wanted this one to be a different piece, you could change out the clip art to your liking. You could change this to a different piece of clip art. And this makes it so much easier because it kind of keeps the size. And so when you're sizing clip art and everything, by the way, this is Artifacts. If you haven't heard of her, go check her out. But that is tip 7. All right, tip 8 is actually 2 or 3 tips in one, and it's specific to Teachers Pay Teachers sellers. So if you look over here, the first thing I did was I chose a color palette that I tried to keep cohesive amongst all of my thumbnails. Now I use one PowerPoint file for every single thumbnail. You can see that over here. But I specifically want to teach you or show you how to change out pictures in your thumbnail file so that it's easy to copy and paste. And one trick that I learned recently was, for example, if I want this image to be, we'll say this one, I can right click and copy or Control C and then go back to that image, right click on it, change picture from clipboard, and it automatically leaves the size and changes the picture. So that is tip 8. All right, this next one might seem like a really simple one. You might already know this one, but it took me forever to figure this out. And that is how to make primary lines for like writing pages. So if you go up here to insert, there's this little shape builder tool. If you down click on that, there's a line. And then what I do is I hold down the shift button while I drag over so that it makes this straight line. If you let go of the shift button, then you can navigate it like that. So let's try that again. I'm going to go to insert, shape. I'm going to stick with my line, hold down my shift. I'm going to right click, go to format shape, change my line color to black and bump up my line a little bit. Then I'm going to Control Shift down and make a copy of this and make another copy that is the same distance between. But this middle line I want to be a dashed line, and I can find that over here on the dash type. And then you can copy away to your heart's desire. So this is tip 9.